Okie doke, guys. So what do you think? What? Anything?
That leg right here is, this one's flat and then the other one's curled up. Is he trying to keep balance with that?
Oh, is that so much work? Is that a lot of work? What do you think? What do you think? That's a lot of effort. Are you gonna do it somehow, some way?
Let's sing along.
Okay. Anything?
There's like no movement for his pelvis. It's all very separated from the rest of his body, it seems like.
Yeah, there's a lot of knee kicking versus articulation, yeah, through the pelvis.
Yeah.
He's starting to breathe way too hard for a baby. Now, don't get me wrong, the pelvis moves, but, and he's actually got much more and nicer countering through the shoulders.
Mm-hmm. His upper body seems to be more
Right.
there.
But what's happening with the feet, as he reaches with the right hand, his counterbalance is through the foot instead of through the pelvis.
Mm-hmm.
So he's affecting the foot and making it very rigid because that's what he needs. He feels he needs to stabilize his system to reach out enough without face planting or falling down or whatever, to keeping his system secure.
Let's find all the
He has no idea how to get on his knees. No idea. Even you just saw it right there that he's got the idea to go up, but see he's not bringing his knees underneath him whatsoever. See, his knee actually just
to
flew.
do that. Yeah.
He would have to torque his pelvis
Yeah.
to do that. He doesn't know.
He's trying though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
this is what happens, and people see that and they go, oh well, he'll figure it out, you know. Great if he does, but if he doesn't, you know, then what? You know, to teach a 1-year-old this versus a 6-month-old, and he's a couple of days old away from being 6 months. So now I'm going to get to work. So part of the way I touch and move around things is I want him to say, oh, I have butt, or this is a part of my body. I work with the cutest girl. She was like 6 at the time. She was actually prevented from crawling. She was papoose. I don't know, it was because she was raised in South Africa, but her nanny didn't want her crawling. So she was a lot like this, breathing really heavy. She couldn't even do any of this on the hands. And I was still in my training, and I'm like, this girl's never crawled. And they thought I was a spoon bender. And they go, yeah, no, she was prevented from crawling. So she didn't even try to or attempt it. And so it was like the 3rd lesson. And all of a sudden she turns her head around, and she's like, you're playing with my butt. And I'm like, I'm glad you finally know you have one.
How old was she? 6?
Yeah. She could have so liced the Eskimos. She is just a dynamo. So as always, the want to correct usually surpasses what most people. See how far the arch is into that now. Look at that. See, the changes started to happen, but now he's at this point. So what I'm doing is my hands are right into the hip joints, or you can do sit bone, tailbone. I mean, same lesson. I have no problem. His foot's against me to give him some kind of information. What I'm trying to do right through the lower sacrum is to torque that. Or twist, however you want to look at it. Because the pelvis needs to do that to change the vestibular. I don't don't care if you're 2 days old or 102. This has got to be one of my most important and favorite movements needed. There we go. So you're ready? Just it changes, and then the foot frees up.
It is. Look at
Wow.
that.
But this is a difference between, again, getting at a baby versus, even just a month difference. What? See, now it's becoming, it's still going to contract and relax. He's a baby. That's what they do. They play. But now he's starting to play with the foot. So in other words, the way he's playing now, the foot's not, in this moment, is not a part of the movement.
His legs straightened right out.
Are you just working on the left side right now?
I am, just because that's what's closest to me, and see how he turned on that side. This is a look too. See how he's trying to bring the knee up even. I have no problem at this point giving him the toy. See, see, he wasn't doing that just a moment ago, bringing the knee up. But he's still just doing what is sort of referred to as a lizard move, where the knees are coming up to the side versus up and under. But that's okay, because basically what he's doing while I'm doing the lesson is he's figuring out these little milestones that he missed on his own. Sort of like speed reading. So a lot of people ask when I do a lesson, what are my plans? I don't have any,
That's amazing.
Again, I'm going to bring the toy just to keep him successful. He's trying to sit in this position.
That was great.
I kept my hand right off to the sit bone. I call it the diaper factor. I could not do that with a grown adult male or female. But I can get away with an infant, Now, 2 right there, change of thought, because he suddenly changed. That's when people go, let's do that again. I'm like, what, 5 minutes into this? So.
That's not me, is it? It's me, yes.
Do you need this?
He might, but right now he's good.
As soon as he's on his belly, he don't care about anything but playing. He loves playing.
Now, a lot of people too would look at that as boredom. He's just thinking about something else. I might redirect it, move it around for him, but you don't have to turn around and go, oh, he needs another toy. But he might. I'm going to treat a child completely different with stimuli as a lesson, because I need a good hour lesson out of him versus
Meanwhile, he's busy with his playing, and he's like paying no attention to it.
I'm just lifting under the iliac crest, just for him to play with that. What? Good job. Good job finding your knees. Yes. And what you want to do. But you see how much he holds his breath when he's moving around? That. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What if I do this? Oh my goodness.
Mary had a
You didn't like that? It's okay. Be you. Yes.
Mary had a little lamb, and it was as white as snow.
Trying to sit up? Come on, figure it out. That's what you're trying to do.
Hi, baby. Hi, Marshall. Hi.
Oh, it's on orange. Orange like the pig. Blue. Blue, too. 3.
He has that tendency to put his foot down before his knee.
Can
Yeah.
you
That's
see the
because
colors?
that's directly
Orange,
related to his
yellow,
when he's
Not
boys.
knowing.
Right.
orange,
He really doesn't know this much exists.
Doesn't trust it.
Again, it all depends if a child's been in a boppy, if they've been in it could have been birth trauma. I mean, it doesn't have to be a specific incident,
swimming in the pond.
but they will try and move certain parts of their body, and if that movement doesn't happen, they will redirect it and find a different way, but it's like, I'm done. And people don't, but parents and professionals don't understand that because we do purposeful learning. We will kill ourselves to dive off that cliff. I mean, look at Evel Knievel. Are you crazy? Like, why did he totally destroy a good body? But people line up, pay, and see it, and they love the man because he did stuff that most people would be too afraid to do. Baby doesn't think that way. Baby plays, and if it's too much work, they do what's easiest. They will just reroute it.
Can you see? I'm Bingo the dog. I help take care of the animals. Red. Red.
Also, he's much better than that right now. I'm trying to tuck the right knee under.
Yellow like the sun.
But what I'm doing here is slowly, I'm right in the bottom of the tailbone. I've got him under the chest, and I'm just trying to, through the torque of the sacrum, bring him over to bear weight on the knee. There, right there.
Orange. Yellow. 2.
This is the right knee. See, he's much more successful. See how I can bring the leg up?
He totally doesn't know he has knees.
4. Blue.
So what I'm doing is just presenting right knee to left knee. The thing is, he's a smart boy. He will figure life out, but he'll just be one of those, you know, like,
Red like the barn.
this is where you're... I know sitting up is very difficult for you in this position. Bring it around.
Play
There
and
you
learn
go.
with the
How's that?
animals.
See how the effort went from
And you
total
find the
to
cow.
nothing?
The ducks are swimming in the
But there he's
pond.
side sitting.
4.
There he go. So he just went from sitting over to the right.
The ducks are swimming. Right
And if you don't think it matters, because I'm working on a baby, but this is what, same thing with a grown adult sitting on the floor. This is what you were talking about yesterday.
The ducks are swimming in the pond. I'm orange. Orange like the pig.
And also, this technically should be much quicker movement for him. Flipping from sitting to...
I'm Bingo the orange. There is a two. I'm Bingo the
The
dog.
huffing and puffing now is not used to breathing in this position.
I'm the dog.
This is why I'm right here. Again, I'm not doing a lot movement-wise, I'm just keeping him successful. So now he can go up,
Yellow.
and then he can go.
Yellow like the
See how the hand automatically just now comes right to where it needs to.
3.
Comes down.
Orange. I'm crazy about colors.
Babies aren't getting that, then the hands start
The
protecting.
ducks are swimming in
Would you
the
like a
pond.
new toy? But see the difference too? As a child, he's not analyzing me like an adult would. Let him come down.
feels just so cool.
See also too how the feet are much more placid? Because you want the toes, because that's that push off, to come to their, when they've learned contraction, they're still in this mode versus bringing the toe around. There you go. Because when they're in crawling, you want the runner's pose. Not all the time, but for pushing. So here I'm just, it's much more, I know it looks like the legs, but it's the articulation of the back. I know. What am I doing to you? What am I doing to you? But also the speed. Part of the reason why kids, I know. Part of the reason why kids are socially inept as they get older, this speed is social skills. So if someone comes from behind you and you go, hey, you know, versus programmed speech. Also, what quote should be happening is this, the release where the foot can go all the way up. Oh, do I have to work on that push-up? See, when I brought the push-up first, the hands weren't there to do what he needs to do. So curling the pelvis. Good job. There you go. David. Hi, David. Hi, bud.
You want Binky? I think you wanted that.
Green like the tree. Island ducks are swimming in the
Now you see his
pond.
back responding, not so concave. And he sits up.
Come on. Get
The animal.
your foot around. There you go. Oh, you want me? Who wants me?
And you find the cow.
There you go. What? I'll take the beat. Oh. There you go.
Come
lot of people would stop at that point. He's getting frustrated, let him go. There's a big difference, I feel, from, quote, pushing the child versus working them through their emotions. They're allowed to work through their emotions.
I will take care of the animal.
It is very hard, especially when you start getting into things like autism and stuff. Instead of saying, you know, oh, my kid just has autism. But no, manners are manners, or for example, or it might take longer, sometimes 2 to 3 years, but they have a right to learn how to work through certain things.
2, 1.
I'm still working on eye contact with my son, who's 10, but he's getting much better at it.
Let's play and
But
learn
there are
with the
times,
animal.
just like whatever, where he's a bit more tired, not going to be successful, and it's okay.
Red, yellow like I'm Bingo the dog. I will take care
It's
of
a
the
very
animal.
skillful thing. See how I allow him to just observe the turtle? That doesn't mean I have to, quote, give it to him, and he comes back to this. At some point, if he chooses that object over this, I'm fine with it.
Let's play and learn with the animal.
Notice, even with my knee here, he can do so much more trying to figure out his upper body.
And you find the pig.
Now he's going into play.
The red like
See how the knee, I don't know if he'll do it again, torques around and goes into the foot.
Orange, yellow.
I'm not ready just yet to, there he is, he's doing it himself. Now I can start pushing into the knee.
I, a cow. Red like the bar. I like grass.
And this is a type of toy too that goes at different maturity levels. Right now he's just banging.
Yes,
You know, versus using it to, where's the blue? No, I mean, he's 6 months old. But he's already learned that certain buttons do certain things and he's working with it. And now he's trying to see what's around the back. What am I missing? Absolutely nothing.
Oh my God, I'm crazy about colors. Can you see the colors? Red, orange, yellow, green, and blue.
See, now there I wasn't sure if he was ready to sit or if he wanted to lay down again. He went for
Can
laying
you
down.
see the colors?
I thought he was going for sit. Where did it go? Now again, he doesn't have the motor skills to flip it around,
Sunny day.
so I don't know.
Disarray. I'm Bingo the dog. I help you lock it. Let's play and learn with the animals.
I think he's seeing what he's doing. He's like, whoa, I've never done that before.
Bingo is my name. I'm Bingo the dog. I help take care of the animals.
In this position, he still goes down. If I just bring him up just a little bit.
Let's play and learn
And see,
with
if
the
that
animals.
hesitation is there, it's going to be the same on he's on his own to go up on his knees. He's going to want to push through here first versus going on the knees and then push up.
The sheep.
Now that's remarkable though, at 6 months old, in and out with the binky. I know people, kids with 3-year-olds that wish their kids would be there. They'll hold it, but they don't know the whole.
Well, she started feeding him early, so food,
Oh.
solids.
Again, it's just,
And he's already doing finger food, so.
Tyler to lift his head. It'd be better when you just press it.
Mhm.
Yellow. Yellow
When you
like
splayed out like
green.
that, you can't.
Green like the tree. Oh, McDonald had a farm. E-I-E.
And that's what crawling is. I go up, I go down, I go up, I go down.
You got it.
Can you see the color yellow?
There you go. Bingo.
And also see how the thing's a toy to them versus it has to be, you know. Usually too, if it falls out, parents are like, oh,
Mhm.
on to the next.
Get back in it.
It looks a lot looser and more comfortable.
Well, a lot of people like to say it's the loose thing and so forth, but his sense of balance is getting more sophisticated.
Yeah, that's what I know.
So being able to switch the knees in and out of each other, so now he wants to come up, always fight me. But when you're laying on your side, a child should be able to switch their knees to and fro. And lots of times, again, like the feet, they'll get in a static conversation. I know. Adults don't get binkies. Oh. Also, what just happened, which is me pulling on the leg, let's see if I can get to do it again. And just watch as I pull on the leg, and then it comes up. So the extension is going through the leg all the way to the head now. Watch the difference.
Mhm.
So let's see if I can go this way. See how he's trying to do much more with the abs versus the leg extending out. See the difference? So let's see if we can, boom, show you the difference. Here, see how leg, the difference of the pelvis. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Does that feel good?
You're gonna sleep for your mama.
I still talk about this. This is one thing we had to do in our training. Lay there with our head down and lift the knee up. I was talking to my knee like Harry Potter's broom going up, up. It just laid there like. And
So there you
and I'm next to like a 70-year-old and she's like a dog with a fire hydrant.
So right there, he put his hands down first, and then once he felt the balance, he transferred it to his knees instead of doing it the other way, right?
Did you want Mr. Turtle? Is that what you wanted? The whole thing too about doing all this is he's just got more options on how to get around. And also too, at this point, you can see how there's very little evidence on how he positions his head or hold his head that show any of the torticollis that he had. it is, just that little bit more.
I started doing that foot extension
Yep.
with the right one.
Babies that can't get their head up high enough wants to go, they go to the bear crawl, just to help them get the head up. Hi, did you find me? I know. What? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
His breathing is changing too.
Going more into that puppy pen. Oh, you got me. Oh. You gonna crawl on me? You can. Other humans are like big toys. They are. Oh, you like that, huh? This hand? Okay.
There you go.
What? That was the first time I felt him where he pushed on the hands and he brought the knees up. There you go. Feel the balance in the hands. The hands have to be able to do this if you're going to be able to release one and go forward. There we go. Baby bounce.
Wow, he's found his knees.
There he goes. See? Ah. 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 What you don't see happening is just that he's just on all fours, right? But he's lifting up the one hand to here now and then bringing me down.
Look at that, he's just holding
I'm
himself up.
again, he's supported, but I am going with him. Instead of, the last thing he wants me to hear is all of a sudden I become the adult and go, NO, or be, you know. I want it that he wants to reach up for me in this position. There we go. And then he can turn around and start looking at me. There we go. So see how his swivel is shortening up where he can access around much more around his butt. And this is where the eyes are settling out again. And now I'm seeing the world differently, so therefore the eyes are learning. This is where people don't look at just functional vision. The biggest mistake we do for babies and things, as long as they have 20/20, they're fine. Work in the room is everything. Oh, I know. And having a conversation with the binky is the best thing in the face of this earth. I do the same for adults as I do for kids. Hang out for a second. See what the changes, anything different, just like asking you or whatever. I'm doing the same.
You could see how much his like torso has changed when he's laying on there. It's not just like flat, open leg.
What? What? However, he's getting pooped. And that's okay. But see too, the balance thing, see the chest can come back and forward. He's playing with his hand and stuff instead of worrying about the stabilization of the feet. There you go. See, and I'm not on him, and now he's... Change the subject.
5. The ducks are swimming too.
So see how much nicer now that I can lift up through here and lift up through here. See how the counterbalance is changing through the upper pelvis region here? So what I'm doing back here is not affecting the way he's playing in a sense. And this is ability that adults lose. See, I'm not finding any kind of contractions going on in the abs. He's right there. Now there's a bit more contractions through the abs on this side. Just a tad.
5.
And now,
Blue.
go in through
Blue
here
like the pond. 5.
and start alternating the knees. And again, this is where babies play. He brings his legs up so high.
5.
Bring them back down. Cookies. What's that? Cookies. There we go.
Let's play in blue. Blue like the pond.
And this is falling.
5.
He likes that.
But see how there's no startle, there's no changes in his breathing, there's no, he's playing, I'm playing, life is good. This is where kids grow up. If they don't have that, they're sensitive children. Because you can go up behind them and they're like, ugh.
Bingo the dog. I help take care of the animals.
Look at that. See, now the knee in and knee out. That was cool. See the balance? It was quick. Tucking the knee in and then coming around.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm Bingo the dog. I help take care of the animals.
So the twist is a little bit different on this knee. Coming around. Now, a lot of people look at the chest cavity getting a little taut. I think it's more the vision on this side.
I help take care of the animals.
And also, again, more and more you do this, look how cool he is with me. A baby that shows these kind of qualities at this age, those qualities are going to continue. This is where a lot of the people don't realize that ADD or autism factors can start kicking in because of the lack of flexibility emotionally, but it's really the lack of flexibility in the system. Yes, there could be continued emotional traits that continue as we develop and as our parents and our influences. And usually if parents are extreme, we'll either continue those emotions exactly the way our parents' traits had them, or we'll go to the complete opposite. Like if parents really neat, you either get a really neat child or a complete slob, but you don't usually get a so-so. There he goes. Thanks.
And he's doing the tilt with his pelvis too.
But he's doing the baby bounce now.
Yeah.
Up, down, ah, good job. Now he's going into sitting. Notice too, a kid like this doesn't need a reward. Because to him it wasn't a goal. It's just fun. What? So even at this stage to pick him up, like if I want to bring him towards me, see how I'm bringing him up? Come here. I'm not just lifting him. Babies don't fly. There we go. Well, you're not going to get too far if that leg's stuck out like that. There you go. Bring it around. And see, that's where the quickness still isn't there in the pelvis. But right now, I'm not going to torque his leg out, bring it out here, and keep expecting him to bring it. That's a type of move too. When you see kids, like if you're teaching a class or gymnastics, and you'll have exceptional kids usually in a class, physically exceptional, just like you have emotionally or intelligent exceptional kids. And there's a gamut. But this is where you have to take the time and work with, the kids and let them figure it out, but then make it smaller for them. Hi. Yeah, I still have hair. Again, at 6 months, I'm not looking for whatever. I'm just looking for the vestibular. I'm not looking for standing here. I might have to get people out there to work when you chuck it off the table. Let's see how much more comfortable he is going up and down the one-knee based. Back's getting much stronger. But also look here, and he's just sliding. But if you go back at 5 months, remember when his hands were just like solely splayed out here? He's getting much better with keeping his hands underneath. Part of it's the vinyl. Oh, I know. When a child talks like that, always talk back. Whether it's their inflection, so if they go ba ba ba, you repeat ba ba ba, or a little bit different. See, now he's, there we go. Notice too the eye tracking. Again, we're almost an hour into this. He sat, he watched, he went to see if anybody would get it for him. He didn't immediately go into a distress or like, I lost my ball, or... And again, just because your child might do it that time, they might be tired, getting sick, or whatever, you have to look at the consistency of the behavior. Where did it go? Now at this age, the fact that it disappeared, in his mind it disappeared. Now what? You can bring it back though. And all of a sudden it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread. This is why they do the baby bounce, that rocking first, because, and then he'll learn from this to do this. Right now he still is, if I put my arm out, my whole body has to go down. And again, this is why you do back-to-back lessons. I did this, oh my goodness. That was like, and that's all I get? You can't go closer? Dude, someone else helping me here? Oh, I gotta get it. Now I'm just doing this to see.
He's gonna do it. Unbelievable.
It's the knees, they have a lot to do with it. I know, I'm gonna.
Look, are you making him do that back and forth?
I am. But see, and then see that right at the end, he went back to habitual. But at the first time, that's the first time when I did that though, even though I was underneath him, making him successful, he was going to the hands and going to the knees bearing weight.
Yeah. That was real nice to see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go.
And see, you're just as interesting to him as the ball was. He's like, well, she was neat to watch.
He has beautiful eyes, doesn't he?
How big eyes.
Oh, this is what my dog does in the pool. Sits on the side and drops it off the side into the water. So you can give it back to her.
See, now this is the first I'm seeing where he shifted the weight to grab with the hand versus wanting to just. And again, I know I'm totally under him. But you can see how just helping him be successful though, he's learning from it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a part of him. I'm not doing this and putting the knee into position. And now he's, look at that. So, there you go, lift it. And also visually, he's learning how to play with a toy now at this level. It's much quicker for him to go like this. He's more of a range versus just lying down and dealing with it. Now what I'm doing here is I'm under this sit bone because, again, this is now, he's now sitting here. A month ago, he was like, he could splay at 90 degrees. And at this position, he couldn't get, once he was there, he was like splayed out. So I'm purposely bringing him up. Gonna go under, cupping his bum. For the same thing I was doing crawling. I want to tilt his pelvis back and forward. See now this? Let's see what we can do it. Just bring it up towards the edge. I'm just going to show him how to. Boom. Boom. There we go. Nice and quick. And the reason I know it, again, he's not going into startle, he's not going into... Now what are we going to do with the feet? There we go. Ah, this is really good, look at that.
Would swimming help him?
He's 6 months old. The swimming is nice because it takes the gravity off of everything, but
Yeah, he's in the pool all the time.
Is he?
Yeah.
He doesn't actually swim.
Oh, she's starting him to, like,
That's great.
he can float on his back.
we done with the ball?
Yellow like the sun. in the pond.
I know it's gonna seem like a big thing too. See, you can really see that. I think he preferred the ball. This was easier because it was just closer and he could reach it easier. Stuff like that, if it doesn't, again, doesn't get unchanged, he'll either become a settler. I can't get that alone. Or he'll get frustrated because I always get the blah, 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 you know. But again, it's because in the subconscious, that was just too far out of it. And to teach that later, to go for the golden apple that, you know. And again, there's a difference of drive. It's just like my kids do karate, you know. There's a difference between showing up and wanting.
He went to that
He's doing this all on his own, by the way. I'm just,
position all by himself.
so he decided to prove me wrong. He goes, okay, I'll tell you what wanted, and he went and got it. Tell him.